How do we think about adding real numbers when their signs are unlike, where I'd have one positive and one negative? What's another way to think about how to add these? Well, one possible way that might help you is think of these terms as their absolute values again. The absolute value of negative 13 is a 13. Absolute value of 4 is a 4. Then what I'll do is I'm going to subtract the smaller from the larger. So I'll make that 13 minus a 4, which equals a 9. Then I'll look back at my original problem and look at the number that has the largest magnitude. 13 is greater than a 4. So I'll carry the sign of that larger term's or the term with the largest magnitude. I'll look for their sign and carry their sign to the conclusion. So negative 13 plus a 4 equals a negative 9. Negative 0.02 plus 0.08. Think about it again in terms of their absolute values. Subtract, sorry, I don't need that plus there. Think about it as their larger term, subtracting from it the smaller term. Its result is 0.06. Look back at my original problem. 0.08 is greater than 0.02. The sign of 0.08 is a positive sign. So the term of this one is already a positive, or I can put a little positive in front of it if I need to. So the answer to this one is 0.06, a positive 0.06. With fractions, very similar. Let's look at that. Let's go ahead and look at their absolute values of both of those terms. The absolute value of negative 3/4 is a positive 3/4. The absolute value of 1/2 is 1/2. Now I need to subtract the smaller from the larger. Okay, but which one's the smaller one? Because remember, we don't have like denominators, so it's hard to compare the two. So we need to get like denominators first. Yeah, you're right. So 3/4, 4 is the common denominator. 1/2, I need to find an equivalent expression of 1/2, which in this case will be 2/4. So now I have two fractions with a common denominator. Subtract the smaller from the larger. I have left a magnitude of 1/4. Go back and look at my original problem. Which was larger, 3/4 or 1/2? 3/4 is greater than 1/2, and the sign of 3/4 in the original problem was a negative. So the negative will be carried through to the end.